success, you should see behind the scenes. Tonight you get the opportunity to go behind the closed doors of the commentator's booth.
Now Ricky Walford sends one up to Michael Beattie. Beattie tries to make the bus, gives it across now to Walford. Walford says go, and he puts...
Greg Hartley, former referee, and Peter Peters, former player. Hartley the motor mouth and Peters the big mouth. Together they can talk up a storm.
You used to come up with.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Except when you refereed Manly, it would go Manly's way.
That penalty sucks, Peter, dead set.
They call them the Laurel and Hardy of rugby league commentators. And while the players might be giving it to one another on the field, these blokes are always at each other's throats.
From the halfway mark. What's that ball patch there?
That ball patch, I'm in big trouble. What about this tyre around here? Don't worry about the ball patch.
I can do something about the tyre.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting 10 bloody years for you to do it and nothing's happened. As a matter of fact, you've got retread.
All good, harmless fun. Hartley and Peters have been a team for 10 years, and they're the first to admit their bark is bigger than their bite. But if Hartley ever does get out of hand, Peters knows exactly how to cool him down.
I poured water over him one day because he really annoyed me. I don't respect his knowledge of the game as much as I should, I suppose. But then again, I'm not all that au fait on referees.
Has that fun ever gotten out of hand where you've almost come to blows?
Yeah, I've given him a whack over the ear a couple of times, and he's walked out of the box and left me calling it on my own, and he's come back, though.
There's plenty of people listening to Sydney's Ray Hadley. A former auctioneer, the 2UE caller has a gob that gallops all the way past the winner's post as the top-rating caller in rugby league. Hadley's bitter rivals Hartley and Peters are always ready to chop him down. They say Hadley is a poor imitation.
They've all tried to copy us, but, you know what they say about plagiarism or copying people. You know, I think it's terrific that they're all getting a living out of doing what they all said we'd never make a success.
No, we haven't copied them. I was screaming and yelling long before I started calling football, when I was a race broadcaster and boxing commentator and doing other things.
I think, there's a lot of people calling the game that have no right to.
Peter, of course, has never been accused of suffering of delusions of adequacy. I mean, he's got huge raps on himself.
There was a time when he went on a little bit childish. I think he's grown up a bit now.
According to Hadley, it's Hartley and Peters who need to grow up. Back in the phrase, Channel 9's Ray Warren. After years with the Channel 10 network, Ray got a new lease of television life this year.
Lions will score! Try time for the Eagles!
Just because Channel 9 has a monopoly on the league television coverage doesn't mean the man they call Rabbits won't roast his radio rivals. Earlier this year, he locked horns with 2UE over the right to interview the stars of State of Origin football.
The State of Origin costs a hell of a lot of money, and part of that agreement is that they would have first go at the players at the end of the match. And it got after, I think it was State of Origin 1, it got to the point that we were struggling to get interviews because radio stations or other television stations had grabbed the personnel.
Well, I can't help it if they employ inept people who can't beat our people to the sideline. I mean, what they should do is perhaps poach John Gibbs and Greg Pritchard to TV because they get there first every time.
I can go back when I was calling radio in the days of Frank Hyde and Cole Pearce and Tiger Black and myself. It was nothing like it is today. I mean, these guys, it's the heavyweight championship in radio these days.
I mean, there's very big money involved now. We're the #1 station. We attract something like $1.4 million in revenue. Now, if we're overtaken by the other two stations, well, it'll be a cut in pay for me and a cut in revenue for the station. So it's very, very competitive.